broadcast today, Wednesday, Feb 24. It's 12:47 PM. Yes, it's another sunny afternoon here in Oz, and it's a little warm. And I just thought that I would do a reading from my first self-published novel, Aggravation. And well, there's no one there at the moment. I've got my reading glasses on. That's what looks different. Now, the main protagonist in the book Aggravation, Clyde Phillimore, is a 65-year-old man who has just now settled into the small country town of Welcome in MacArthur House, which he has bought, that once belonged to now deceased twin sisters, Harriet and Henrietta MacArthur. So I'm just reading from page 24. And there's no one here to listen. A new person is watching. Hello, new person, and welcome. I'm just about to do a reading from my first self-published novel, Aggravation. Life's full of it. How are you, new person? And if I start doing this now, other people come on and say, what's going on? And then I suppose I'll have to start again. My glasses are a bit dirty. Yeah, everything's blurry. Maybe I should just wait a few minutes. Until we've got a few more viewers. Pardon me. I've got to get close here because these are my reading glasses. A bit further away, everything goes blurry. And there it was. And it wasn't it, because he couldn't comprehend what he was looking at. His first thought was that it was a shadow cast by the chimney, but the sun was too high for that to be so. Next, sooty residue from the chimney, but there'd been rain several times since the last time he lit the fire near on 3 months ago. Perhaps it was a stain that had etched into the corrugated iron. But if that was so, why was it moving? And moving toward him? That is just the blurb on the back cover. In an attempt to leave the aggravation of city life behind him, Clyde Phillimore moves to the small country town of Welcome, taking up residence in the historical MacArthur House, a house that quickly becomes a home, until he begins to experience strange and otherworldly occurrences that lead to the discovery of a diary of the house's former residents. And what he reads is beyond his writer's most vivid imaginations. And so it begins. Sucked into a dark past that will take him and his new best friend, Sandy Harold Merriweather, on a journey to the depths of hell and beyond the stars. Will they be able to free the tortured souls from the demon that is tormenting them? Will Clyde see the obsession part of the diary has invoked in him? Well, love and miss you, Tyra. Oh, hello. We love and miss you, Tyra. Welcome. I'm just about to do a reading from my first self-published novel, Aggravation. Oh, it's Adam. Oh, hello, Adam. You change your name all the time. How are you going today? Feeling a little bit better? I've just, oh, that's good. That's very good. Yeah, I'm sort of okay. Same old, same old. My glasses are different. I've got my reading glasses on. Anyhow, I'm going to go on with this reading. It's from page 24 of Aggravation. And you're fabulous. Am I? Really? I'm fabulous. Well, thank you. I don't feel fabulous, but thank you. Yes, and the main protagonist in the book, Clyde Phillimore, 65-year-old man who is now retired. He's also a self-published author, and he has settled into Welcome only for a short time now, and I'm just taking on from what a little bit about the man himself and what he feels, what he thinks. Living all of his life close to Sydney had always been just another face among the teeming proliferation of people that frequent the streets any time, day or night. A virtual nobody. He had always liked that, too. His uncle, a man who had spent most of his adulthood on the land, had once said that in his hometown he was somebody, but in the city he ceased to exist. Clyde didn't know if his uncle liked that or not, or if that feeling of being just another face in the crowd made his hometown seem all that more homely. Clyde is familiar with the proprietors and staff of the shops he regularly patronises in Welcome: supermarket, newsagent, butcher, pharmacy, hardware, bakery, post office, the service station where he purchases petrol and has his car serviced, and of course the cafe. But the publicans and staff of the two pubs, and the managers and staff of the bowling and golf clubs, he doesn't know at all. Wouldn't know them if he fell over them in the street. Nor does he know any of the patrons, except perhaps for Sandy Merriweather, Bob Lawrence, Louise Mapleton, and of course Charlie Jessup and the Curtises. That so often frequent those four establishments. Besides the smell of stale beer and cigarette smoke, places like those were always noisy, and Clyde didn't like the constant babble of voices, which, more often than not, were raised in order to be heard over the noise those voices were responsible for in the first place. Clyde couldn't understand what those people found so interesting to talk so incessantly about so often. Clyde was basically a self-educated man who was more than capable of holding his own with anyone on just about any subject. But he doubted those who imbibed it on a daily basis had the capacity to discuss local and world events. So what the hell did they talk about? Once comments were made concerning the weather and the effects it was or was not having on the pastures and crops, the well-being of each other, that the inquirer didn't really care about one way or the other, their feelings regarding their favourite football team's latest win or loss, the ousting of a particular person from the latest reality or cooking show, and who will pay for the next round of drinks. What was left for them to go on about, on and on and on? It was a conundrum to Clyde, and quite honestly, he didn't care. After all, one man's meat, another man's poison, and who was he to question and criticise the choice of others? And besides, he hadn't moved to the country to begin a social life. Good God, no, and may heaven forbid. And the fewer friends he made, the better. No, he had moved the country to isolate himself from as many people as possible, and away from the noise of the city that had begun to take its toll. He was 65 now. Not old by today's standard, but 6 months ago he had felt every year of his 64 years. But now 65 was but a number. The air he breathed was sweeter than any air he had ever breathed, the water cleaner than any water he had ever drank, the warmth from the open fire unlike any other he had ever experienced. Food tasted better, and the tea he brewed from tank water had a taste the likes of which he had never known. He slept better, awoke feeling refreshed like he did when a child, was more relaxed within himself, and was enjoying the simple things that life had to offer that hadn't been on offer before. Like looking at the stars at night, In the city you could only see the brightest of stars because of the veil of artificial light. But in the country, the night was a vision splendid. So many stars that at times it dazzled Clyde's eyes, seemingly so close on occasions that he could reach up and touch them. A wonderful illusion that as yet he hasn't taken for granted and tired of. He doubts that he ever will. The full moon so close at times, it was as if the earth and its satellite had halved the distance between each other. The sound of rain on the corrugated iron roof that lulled and reassured that all was well in that particular small part of a country that was the driest on the face of the planet. The earthy smell of damp soil carried on the wind the news that rain was falling on an elsewhere, somewhere in the distant near or far, that refreshed and invigorated. Then there was the fishing. Clyde could never imagine himself fishing, let alone getting immense satisfaction from it. But he did and was. There was no doubt in his mind that sharing those times with Sandy had a lot to do with it. But even those times he did so alone, he enjoyed. He always kept an eye out for his newfound friend. So much the better when he was around. But alone or not, it was the expectation of what might come, and the not knowing, when the line went tight, if perhaps it was the fish of the day, and the one that didn't get away. Most of the time, as it was with Sandy, he landed carp, but on one occasion a good-sized yellowbelly. Be 3 pounds if it was an ounce, or my name ain't Sandy Harold Merriweather. Twice a catfish, not bad looking fish and damn good eating, but you got to be careful of them barbs. 3 times a turtle, damn bloody nuisance those bloody things are, and one that did get away. Good God Almighty, Clyde, that was a cod it was. Could tell by the tail, I'll be damned if it wasn't. But besides the fishing, there was always the promise of catching a feed of the tasty crustaceans that are common to inland waters and farm dams. Want to make yourself a yabby trap, Sandy had suggested. I usually bring mine along, unless I forget. Good as anything you can buy, those yabbies is. Good as lobster and crab, and they don't cost a penny, not a goddamn razoo. They don't. I usually put a good-sized piece of them dog bones you can buy from the butcher, or a cake of Sunlight soap, if I haven't got around to the butcher. You can use the carp flesh if you want to, but it stinks to high heaven after a while under the water. The meat smells too, but not anywhere like that carp flesh, enough to turn your stomach good and proper it is. Anyhow, at this point, Sandy goes on to tell him how to build a yabby trap. So I won't go into that. Here on page 26, time spent on Welcome State Forests were particularly rewarding for Clyde. 15 minutes by car, and he entered a vast area of 8,000 hectares of isolation and quiet, except for the odd rifle shot that wasn't available on the conscious level outside that of a soundproof room or padded cell. Not that Clyde had ever been in a padded cell. He would have ended up in one if he remained in Glebe. To that there was no doubt. Sometimes the quiet was a little overwhelming, particularly around the area of Tor Hill, so named because of the large marble like granite rocks at the top. Clyde hasn't ventured to the top as yet, but he plans to do in the not too distant future. The hill, according to the topographical map he purchased from the newsagent, rises 165 metres, which makes it just shy of being a mountain. Clyde reckons it'll feel like a mountain by the time he reaches the top, after what must be a 45-degree incline leading all but all the way. Not a walk in the park, it isn't. You can't help but wonder if the MacArthur sisters ever scaled the hill, or even if they had commenced a dig in search of the pyramid they were convinced was buried under it. Common sense tells him it's nothing but a fanciful notion, but his other senses tell him a different story, that there is something strange and eerie about the hill and its immediate surroundings. Supernatural, perhaps. Supernatural, perhaps not. But weird nevertheless. He can feel it. Are you game enough to come here at night? Is a question he has asked himself every time he visits the locality, but as yet he hasn't been able to answer. Perhaps the isolation that, for a few daylight hours, is a wonderful thing to experience. For a man city-born and raised, too much isolation, especially at night, might prove to be too much for him to bear. And perhaps he fears fear itself, a rational state of mind, but an irrational hypothesis. He keeps telling himself there is nothing here during the day that isn't here at night. And he would be safer here at night than he would be in Bishop Park. But still he hesitates. And he knows there isn't a boogeyman or predators waiting to prey upon him, just harmless creatures that go bump in the night. And he is, after all, a grown man and not a boy. So surely he is well past being haunted by the monsters that once lurked in his id and the pulling up of his bed covers because of them. But still he waits. There is no signal for his mobile phone here, reason enough for one of age not to venture into the unknown, or so he keeps reminding himself. Are you game enough, Clyde, to admit that there's only one reason holding you back? One reason that you don't want to admit to because you think it's silly and beyond all reason. The one thing you've heard about so often happening to so many around the world, but could only be a figment of their deluded imaginations. Alien abduction. Isn't that what you're afraid of? Ever since you heard the words sightings and UFOs come out of Bob Lawrence's mouth, you wondered if perhaps the sisters weren't as nutty as fruitcakes, the way people had made them out to be. That where there's smoke, there's bound to be fire sooner or later. Wasn't that the reason you didn't buy acreage out of town? Acreage that would have guaranteed peace and quiet far removed from those people and infernal noise and all the other noises that aggravate you so? Isn't it, Clyde? Isn't it? Safety in numbers is the reason you decide to live in town. To be able to see lights that are man-made rather than those an unknown origin. So reassuring as opposed to the intangible. Are you game enough, Clyde? Are you? Talk it over with Sandy. He who has his feet planted firmly on the ground and hasn't seen anything stranger than his neighbours, hair in rollers, wearing a mud pack, but believes what he doesn't want to believe because it must be true. Angels or aliens? Take your pick. True or false? 6 of one or half a dozen of the other, but not the same. Anyhow, that's just a brief reading from Aggravation, and now my throat's gone dry, and I've been and I blew a few words there. Oh well, it's a mind north of normal thing. Yeah. Anyhow, there's a bit of a reading. How'd you like that? Comment. Anyone wish to comment? Give me a comment. Did they like what they heard? No? My friend Adam's probably wandered off again. He's probably doing something else. Pardon me. And I've got work to do. Lubrication for the throat. You need to read it. Well, all you got to do is send me your email address, and I will. Well, that's an oxymoronic statement if I ever heard one. I need to read it, but I don't like to read. A new person is watching. Hello, new person. Welcome to the broadcast. You just finished listening to me do a reading of my first self-published novel. It's a very good read, if I do say so myself. It should be a #1 bestseller, and I should be a multi-millionaire because of it. But I'm not. But that's life. And I'm not crying over spilled milk. Oh right, we love him. Tyra, yes, I didn't get the connection until now. That's that poor young woman who passed away yesterday. How very sad. Very tragic indeed. So young. A young mother. Life sucks. That's right, there's no guarantees in life, except for death and taxes. You know, you can choose to live a pristine lifestyle, you can exercise regularly, don't smoke, don't drink, do all the right things, eat the proper foods or so-called proper foods, and you can step off the curb and be knocked over by a bus or a car, truck. Jim 489751 is watching, oh JM, sorry, JM. Welcome JM. Yes, there's just no guarantees in life. I think it's just it's a matter of living your life one day at a time, because that's all there is. It's only today. And everything in moderation, I think. Okay, my friend Adam will be right back. BRB. Oh, excuse me. I'm once again trying to motivate myself to go out into the 89 Salad is watching. Hello, 89 Salad. 89. Wow, that's quite a level. 89. Wow. Congratulations on reaching level 89. That's terrific. You must do a lot of broadcasts. You must have a lot of fans, get a lot of views. I'll have to keep an eye out for your broadcast. Yes, I'm just once again trying to get motivated. I spend a lot of time doing that these days. I've got some more welding to do outside. I've got D is watching. D. Hello D. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, I did a little welding job yesterday afternoon and got all the uprights made. This is for a stand, or stands. I've got to make 2 stands for my wife's wisteria plants. They're going to be 21 millimeters high and 2100 millimeters high. No, not that big. And with some a reinforcement on top of it, so she can put all the tendrils through and wave it. Because they drop down. They like to hang down like willows, like weeping willows, and they look lovely when they're out in flower. Wisteria, yeah, very nice. So I've got those to do today. Michaela 1996. Hello, Michaela. Welcome to the broadcast. So yes, let's say, what is it? It's 1:10 in the afternoon here on Wednesday afternoon. And I've got to go out and I've got to do a lot of fiddling around to get these things right distance apart. I've got to put them in the ground so I can weld support braces on them and so on. It never stops. It's always something to do. Oh, I finally got my 4-wheel drive back. Yeah, got it back yesterday afternoon. I made a vlog about it. Yeah, I went on the walk, put the GoPro camera on my calf and wandered down. It was only about a 500 kilometre. 500, what the hell was that? A 500 metre walk down to the dealership, and paid over $750 odd and got my 4-wheel drive back. Let's just hope that nothing goes wrong this time, because time is marching on, and this is nearly the end of summer. What have we got left? 5 days of summer left, but it'll continue until into March, and then it'll start to cool down a bit at night. Days will be more amicable, and I got to get ready then to go bush in end of May, where I plan to do a broadcast from the top of the mountain out in the southwest slopes and plains area. Yes. Anyhow, trouble is, when you have a problem with your vehicle, and it's only a new vehicle, I've had it for not quite 5 years, but it's only done 13,000 kilometres, because I basically only use it to go away. It's a 4-wheel drive unit. I only use it to go away to the bush. And but now they've had this trouble, I'm a little bit dubious about going away, because if it breaks down out in back blocks, it costs me a small fortune to get back to the nearest town. Anyhow, I suppose nothing ventured, nothing gained. What I have to lose. If it happens, it happens. Yes, there's no sense really worrying about what you have no control over. But it does make you a little bit hesitant, especially when you're getting older. You know, I'm really 68 years of age, and I don't want to be stuck out in the back blocks waiting for redemption, rescue. Oh, no. Now, it's just the thought that if it broke down again and the part's under warranty, because it's still got a guarantee on it, but I probably wouldn't be able to get it fixed under warranty anywhere out in the bush. But anyhow, I'm rambling on. I'm sorry about that. I'll have another sip of tea. Cheers. Oh. Yes. You know, there's not a cloud in the sky. Trevor and Kieran are here. Fan you, please. Well, you fan me, I'll fan you. One good turn deserves another. I do the same with my YouTube channel. Someone subscribes to me, I subscribe to them. Well, I'm always looking for new subscribers. So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, John Hampton, the man from Oz, please subscribe, and I will subscribe to your channel. Yes. I don't know what that is. Oh, who knows? So there's a bit of a breeze blowing. I'm not sure which direction it's coming from, but it might be southeasterly, which might be a little bit cool breeze. But I've got to still be out there in the blazing sun to do all this welding, and I'm just finding it hard to motivate myself to do that. Anyone got any questions? Any questions, anyone? Anyone want to ask me anything? Besides fan me, please. I'll fan you. I'll fan you. I mean, you asked nicely, and I'll fan you. Will you fan me too, please? I don't know, this little eye down here only says there's 2 people watching. And I've said this before, but over on the left-hand side, I've got 79 thumbs up. I don't know, how does that happen? If you've only got 2 or 3 people watching. Sammy Sweetheart. Hello, Sammy Sweetheart. Welcome to the broadcast. It's 1:15 Wednesday afternoon. Matam 37. I will become a fan of yours too when I finish this broadcast, which won't be too long because I've got work to do. Can't you see how excited I am? I'm really chafing at the bit to get out there in the yard here and under the fierce Aussie sun and do some more welding. I'm just so keen. Hold me back. You know, I had a mouse trap down here the other day, and when I came in yesterday, yesterday it was gone. I think the mouse just nipped it and probably caught a foot, or maybe its tail, I don't know, and off it went with the mouse trap. And I can't find it. But it's not surprising when you see what's in this shed. Susan B is watching. Hello, Susan B. How are you? Yeah, when you see what's in this shed, it's no wonder I can't find a dead mouse. Yes, Adam, I've got another problem with a mouse missing it, but there's no smell yet. I don't know where the little bugger's gone. I've looked all over, but I've got to look behind all these shelving units in here. Yeah, I've been okay. I'm a little bit out of sorts, but I'm okay. I'm not ripe with enthusiasm, Susan. I'm just saying I've got a lot of welding jobs to do, and for my wife's garden. You'd be familiar with wisteria plants, and she's got 2 of them in the backyard, and I've got to make some stands for them because, and yeah, So anyway, I've got part of the job done now. I've got to just do all the fiddly bits. Yeah. And you can tell, look at my eyes. Ah. And how are you, Susan? What's the weather like your way? You're in New South Wales, aren't you? You've told me before, I know, but I find it hard to remember things these days. So many people. I know there's another lady pops in here, and she's from the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, and someone's from Byron Bay. Oh, the Gold Coast. Yeah, the Gold Coast. Yeah, 32. Well, it's warmer up there than it is here. It's spot on 30 degrees here in my shed office, which for all those who are into Fahrenheit, that's 86 Fahrenheit. It's supposed to be even hotter tomorrow, Susan. I mean, we're supposed to be in for a mini heat wave the next few days, up in the mid-30s, and that's something to look forward to. Oh, good grief. I better get this job done today. Oh, the heat really, and at least the humidity's not too bad. Milmoo 214 is watching. Hello, Milmoo. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, maybe that'll be the end of it, Susan. Maybe that'll be the last of the truly hot weather, and things will start to cool down a little bit. I hope so. And oh, is it? Humidity's around 70% here. You know, it's sort of Yeah, it will be. I'm looking forward to the cooler and colder weather. As I was saying, finally got my four-wheel drive back from the workshop. So I've, well, what is it? Nearly end of February, March, April. I've probably only got about 10, 11 weeks before I head bush. All going well, that is. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, as I said, I've been feeling a bit, and I've got to go to the doctors on Friday to find out what's going on. But maybe that's what I need. Maybe it's all stress. Maybe it's the stress of suburban life. I don't like living in suburbia. Too much noise, too many people. So yeah, I need to get away to the peace and quiet and solitude of the bush during the winter. Don't go in the summer. No. Never go bush in the summer. The bush is a totally alien environment during the hot weather. No, it's more relaxing during the winter. Everything's at ease. You can feel it. You can feel it about you when you're sitting out there in the under the open sky and you look around you. There's not a soul around. There's not another house, and you can feel everything's at ease. You know, with the cool weather. Whereas in the summertime in the bush, you can feel it's under stress. You can feel it, and you can see it. I know that might sound a bit silly, but it's true. And you feel it yourself. In the summer, you feel the heat, you feel the flies are buzzing around you, driving you nuts, and there's never enough air guard. So it seems. Yeah, nah, the bush is not for me. Christopher Kasler is watching. Hello, Christopher. Welcome. Oof. And where are you from, Christopher? What part of this great big world do you live in? Well, I really haven't got... Oh, no, I can't go because I'm waiting for my friend Adam to come back. I must apologise again because when Adam told me that a friend on YouNow had suddenly passed away and he was bawling, I thought he was being sarcastic. He's a bit of a joker. I thought there was someone on YouNow that maybe he didn't really like, and he was saying that they passed away. It was, you know, sort of thing, couldn't happen to a nicer person and this sort of stuff. I thought he was being sarcastic, but then I realised he was being sincere. So I apologise for that if anyone was watching and I sounded a bit cold about it, but I wasn't sure. But then I quickly found out that he was being sincere. Yeah, very, very sad. Lauren Thompson is watching. Crawlings is watching. Hello to both of you. I'll become a fan. I'll become a fan of yours too as soon as I finish this. Hi. Hi, Lauren. Yeah, of course I'll fan you back. Absolutely. Sure. No problem. You fan me, I'll fan you. Yeah, I will. Anyone who fans me, I fan them back. No problems at all. As soon as I finish the broadcast, it's done. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Yes, that was, my friend Adam was very upset over that, and I think a lot of other YouNowers were as well. I never saw the young woman in question. I never saw any of her broadcast. But yeah, so tragic. So young. But that's what I mean, there's no guarantees. Like my younger brother passed away from brain cancer. And he went quickly too. He had lung cancer, but then he developed brain cancer. He went very quickly, which is good. When I saw him, because we lived so far apart, when I travelled to the country town where he lived, I saw him in hospital. I wanted to give him a lethal injection. He was suffering that much. I could see it. Yeah, but of course you can't do that. You know, very sad. Yeah. And he's been gone now for 5 years. Time goes so quickly. And the funny thing is that being the firstborn, I always thought I'd be the first one to go. You just never know what life has in store for you. You just never know. That's why. My plans today are to finish these plant stands, Gal's Garden, for 2 wisteria plants. So it's not too bad. It's, you know, it's probably about 34 or so out in the sun, and I've got to work out in the sun. But I've got to get them done because it's going to be hotter and hotter and hotter the next couple of days or so. Yeah, because it's just been too hot. I got all the uprights done. I got all the 7 uprights done. They're complete. I've welded all them together. And now I've got to do the fiddly bits. The Victoria. All right, Victoria. Hello, Victoria. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, these are sort of things that, you know, it's me. I just can't get motivated. Crawlings, remember you. I do remember the name, yes, I do. Crawlings, yeah, I do remember the name. Yeah, I can't get motivated. I got to sit here and I got to go out there and I got to. You see, if I had a workshop, I mean, I've got the shed here, but I can't work in the shed. I can't weld inside the shed because there's too many flammable things. So I've got to work outdoors. Now, if I built another shed down the back, I'd have a big workshop and I could work indoors. But I can't do that because it would cover my wife's lovely garden, and I'm not going to do that because it is a lovely garden, and I'm not going to put an ugly shed there and cover her garden up. So I've got to be satisfied with what I got. But yes, it's when it's hot, I find it very hard to get motivated to do things. Mowing the lawn. Wow, you're only 13, and you find it hard to get motivated too. Is it school? School bugs you. Hard to drag yourself out of bed to go to school. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Tell me about it. I hated school. I absolutely hated school. Thought it was a complete and utter waste of time, but you got to go, haven't you? Yeah, what did I spend in school? 6, 10 years or something like that, 11 years. And I could have been doing other things. Yeah. That's like life. Life is what happens when you're busy doing other things. It just passes you by. You know, life is very simple. We just complicate it as we journey through it, which is only human nature. And we all go through this, Victoria. Sort of the young or old or in between. We all have our crosses to bear, and some have heavier crosses than others. But that's life. And there's no sense crying over spilt milk or sitting around feeling sad and sorry for yourself, because it'll get you nowhere. Yeah. No, you just got to push things aside. Just remember, yesterday is but a memory, and tomorrow has yet to come. There's only today. So, drama. What your life is full of drama. Is that what you're saying? Markhamos Prime. Oh, Markhamos Prime is watching. Hello. Oh, you cut them. Oh, fine. Good, good. You don't want to be around negative people. You've got to remain positive. You've got to have a positive attitude toward life. You've got to be prepared to be positive about everything. It doesn't matter if you fail. You know, failure is a part and parcel of life. You learn from your mistakes. Just live your life one day at a time and make the most of it. Because there'll come a time when one day will be your last, and if you don't try things, you'll end up being 50 or 60 or 70 years of age and saying, what have I done? And don't think it won't happen, Victoria. You're only 13. And I know when one is young, time seems to move pretty slowly. Sometimes. But it won't be long. Before you know it, you'll be 21, and then you'll be 30 and 40 and 50. And you'll sit down one day and say, well, what have I done with my life? What have I done? Did you? Right. See, this is why I'm 68, nearly 68, and I'm retired. But I keep myself busy all the time. You know, I've got my YouTube channel, which I've had nearly for 3 years. I've got Google Plus. I've got 3 Facebook pages. I'm on Twitter. Pardon me, Pinterest. And I got my interest. I got my welding and writing, and my camping and fishing. A new person is watching. Hello, new person. Welcome. No, I'm not on Instagram. No, you have to have a mobile device for Instagram, I think, if memory serves me correct. No, I'm not on Instagram. No. I don't really tweet that often either. I just share my video uploads on Twitter. Yeah. So you got to keep yourself busy, Victoria. You know. And do you enjoy school? Oh, you do? Okay. So you're 13, so what you'd be... Taylor D is watching. Hello, Taylor D. Welcome to the broadcast. Hope you are well, hale and hearty. You've always liked school. Well, that's good. That's good. So what, you're 13, what are you in? What, like second year of high school or something like that? I know that's what it's here in Australia. It's probably different in wherever, I don't know what country you're from. So 13, yeah, you'd have to be in about second year, equal to second year high school here in Oz. Yeah. So what do you, middle school, okay. So what do you plan to do? Go on and go on to university or college or whatever it is? Become a master? Shadow Wolf. 0831, hello Shadow Wolf. Welcome to the broadcast. Oh, I'm just going to have a sip of tea. So what do you plan to do, Victoria, with your life? Although it's probably a bit hard to make up your mind at age 13. What are you about? What am I about? Well, that's a pretty open-ended question. I'm just talking in general. You want to be a marine biologist? Okay, good enough. Fair enough. I'm a little bit into marine biology. I fish. I go inland fishing. Oh, it's a little bit of a joke, Victoria. No, that's a worthy occupation. I wish you luck with it. I imagine there's a lot of study involved to become a marine biologist. Where are you from? I'm from Australia. Where are you from? Sheila Zaddy Maya. USA. Good old US of A. What part of the US of A? I mean, there's 50 states. It's a big place. Just a little bit bigger than Australia in land size. Not much. I think about Michigan. So that's is that toward the east coast or the east coast or west coast? John H is here. Yeah, I am here. Hello, this is my friend Adam again, I think. John H is here. What are you doing, Adam? Are you in Florida, Victoria? Florida. Isn't it always pretty warm in Florida? Liking your broadcast up. East, right. So okay, so you're 16. Oh, we're 16 hours ahead of you. Yeah, 16 hours East Coast, 19 hours West Coast. Liking my broadcast up, or did you mean to say livening my broadcast up? Oh, so you got the thumbs up again. You see, you got 96 thumbs. I just can't understand it. I just don't understand how you can get liking. Oh, thank you. Did you check out that part, that Great Wall part for me? Because I haven't got around to doing it yet. Ah, a big storm. Is it a cyclone? Because we not like the cyclone that hit Suva in Fiji. Wow, Category 5. Did it make a mess? Yeah, we had a cyclone hit Darwin back in 1977. Just about wiped the whole town out. Yes, it was a massive thing. Oh, you cannot make out. All right, I'll just do it myself. I'll just have to get on and put the part number on Google and see about it. But I got other things to do. It doesn't bother me that much. I know very well that part probably didn't cost any more. Shadow Wolf became a fan. I thank you, Shadow Wolf. I will return the compliment. I don't think there's any difference between the violence going on in America as there is around the world. We have the same problems here, although not quite as bad as they have in the US of late. That it was in Michigan, wasn't it, where that bloke shot 6 people at random, that Uber driver? Yeah. Makes you wonder what gets into people's minds. And just go around randomly killing people. Yeah, there's no accounting for crazy, is there? No. But we have our fair share of shootings here in Australia as well. But as I say, nothing like that's been going on in the United States of late. But yeah, let's face it, it's a violent world. We've got a world in chaos. And just imagine what's going to happen when Donald Trump becomes president. Yeah. Holy smoke, could you imagine Donald Trump as president? Anyhow, he's got his followers, so the best man will win. So, I don't know. So, but who else have you got? You got Hillary Clinton, you got, I don't know, the Bush blokes pulled out. I don't know who else is running. Donald Trump, President of the United States, Commander-in-Chief. Okay, we'll push the button. That'll be it, World War III, here we come. Victoria, can you explain that comment, please? He will make marijuana great again. I don't understand that, Victoria. Oh, America great again. Do you think so? Who knows? Well, Australia's a very big country, but it's very empty, so there's plenty of room. Say hi, Haley. Hi, Haley. Welcome to the broadcast. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the man. He's just got a bad aura about him. I can feel it even on television. 12,000, 15,000 miles away. That man is a loudmouth. He's a racist. He's I think there'd be a lot of trouble with him as president, but who knows? Maybe he might be totally different if he gets into office. But I think it's pretty hard to break someone's manners and their thoughts and what have you. I think he'd become very egotistical. He's got a big enough ego as it is. Just imagine him if he was president. Anyhow, you can only wait and see. See what happens. If you vote him in, you vote him in. Dominic H is watching. Hello, Dominic H, and welcome to the broadcast. Pardon me. I am in my garage. No, it's my shed. Well, I suppose it is a garage. It's my shed office. Yes, it's 9 metres long and 4 metres wide. 36 square metres. And it's chock-a-block full of stuff. Hello, new person. Thank you for watching. And it's chock-a-block full of stuff. Yes, stuff everywhere in here. I mean, you can see behind me what it's like. That's nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Huh? Oh, there's stuff everywhere. And I must have and I got a dead mouse in here somewhere because it must have caught a tail or a foot in the trap and it took off. Because the trap was just down here and I can't find it. So anyhow, I just got to do some more searching today, among other things. I've got other things to do. Always got things to do. When you're retired, I got all the time in the world. I can go to bed whatever time I like, get up whatever time I like, do whatever I want to do. Most of the time. But my dearly beloved, my wife of nearly 42 years, hello, one solitary tear. Welcome. How are you? But yes, my wife's always got the little job she wants. Can you do this? Thank you, one solitary tear, for the 50. Thank you very much. Yes, when you've been married as long as I have, 42 years nearly. 42 years. Thank you, one solitary. I'm going to get these right one. Oh, there you go. No more thumbs. It's like trying to do that steeple thing, What is it? The people? No. Thank you, one solitary tear. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I've got an accumulation of these coins. I've got to start giving them away. What have I got? Oh, thank you, Irish Bloke. Welcome. Thank you very much. Yes, it's my shed office. This is my fortress of solitude. This is where I come when to do my thing, and my wife's got her office in the house. The time here, it's 1:42 p.m. Wednesday afternoon, February 24. We are counting down to the last days officially of summer, but we all know here in Oz that the heat's going to be on for a little bit longer. But as we go into autumn, and but at least the nights have been cooling down. Be right back. Okay. Oh. Bullet casings and old guns. Oh, you're a firearm man, are you? So am I. Yes, I've got a few rifles, and I reload a shotgun, reload for the shotgun, reload for my 243 and 30-30, and yeah, I got cases and powder and stuff, but they're in locked cupboards. You have to here by law. All our firearms have to be under lock and key here in Australia. Same with the ammunition; it has to be stored separately, and it has to be under lock and key as well. So I've got my gun cabinet over here, the metal cabinet that's locked, and I've got the ammunition cupboard and powder cupboard and stuff back behind here. Well, I'm retired from many jobs, but the last job I had that I retired from, I was a truck driver for the Forestry Commission. I've heard of about 50, but I've never shot one. No, I once had a shot of a Andy Martini 5.77-477. They were so-called elephant guns, but that was going back a long time, and I tell you what, it nearly knocked me off the bench. The recoil of it was shocking. No, I've never fired any 50 caliber. I fired some. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah. No, I'm not in the outback. No, I live on the east coast of Australia. I'm 5 kilometres west as the crow flies from the South Pacific Ocean, or the Tasman Sea as it's referred to. Yeah, the 5.77-477, yeah, it's a big calibre. Well, it's 5.77 calibre, which is pretty close to 60 calibre, and I think it fired a 500 grain bullet from the old Martini action, lever action Martini, and with the Peabody extractor. Boom! It really knocked me back, I can tell you. I only fired one shot, that was enough for me. But I was only a young bloke then. Yeah. But those Martinis, they were, yeah, I got a handy Martini 310 cadet rifle, which is the old training rifles they had in the early part of the 20th century. And a lot of those were used for conversions. And, you know, the 222 rimmed and the 218B and 219 Wasp and all these sort of things. Yeah, very popular. Anti-tank gun. Now, see, we don't have that opportunity here in Australia. The gun laws are too tight. Now, I take it you're from the United States? Yeah, boom. Mary R is watching. Hello, Mary R, and welcome. Yeah, I could imagine what that anti-tank thing would be like. I've always wanted to fire one of those Gatling guns, you know, to blast through 3,000 rounds a minute, just for the sheer hell of it. But if, you know, the ammunition costing about a buck a piece or $1.50, it'd be expensive a minute, wouldn't it? Yeah? $4,000 or $5,000 worth of ammo. But it would be an experience. I'd love to fire one of those, but you can't do that here in Australia. Oh, I don't know. So, Irish bloke, are you from the United States? Oh, so you're not a resident of the United States. You're the Irish bloke. You're obviously from Ireland. Is that true? Yes. Well, I won't be visiting the United States. The trouble is when you got there, you're trying to comment sometimes you type too fast. I do it myself. Yes, well, that's what they did here in Australia. It started in 1996. They brought in the new gun laws, where every firearm owner has to be licensed. You've got to have a shooter's license, and all firearms are registered. Alyssa C is here. What's the question mark for, Alyssa C? Have you got a question? Welcome. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Alyssa C. I didn't see the hi. No, oh, okay. So I didn't see that. See, that's the thing. Once they start scrolling up, and you're talking about something, you miss people's comments. I don't know how these people get on when they have 500 or 600 people watching. You know, I've got onto their broadcast, and the comments are going up so fast. I guess they just don't pay any attention to them. It wouldn't be physically impossible. Not the case here, but is it? No. And oh, good grief. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. Thank you very much. I am a pretty awesome guy. A very, very easygoing sort of bloke too. Thank you. Appreciate that. Don't you listen to that that other bloke there? Yes, yes, that was very tragic. Tyra. Holla. Okay, Irish bloke. Better look after the better half, eh? As the saying goes. I got 2 adult sons, but we got no grandchildren. Much to my wife's disappointment. I don't care less. You don't miss what you don't have. But my wife's Mary R. Rio de Janeiro. Hello, Mary. Where the Olympic Games are being held this year. Are you looking forward to the Olympic Games? A lot of money. I mean, wouldn't you think the amount of money they spend hosting the Olympic Games could go to better things? I know that, you know, they say that they get an influx of tourism and all this sort of stuff, but I'd hazard a guess that any country that spends billions building all these stadiums and what have you don't make a profit from the Olympic Games. I think most of it's a waste of money. I think it's just a status thing, and it could be money spent on better things like hospitals and so on and so forth. I don't know what your opinion is, Mary, but we had the same thing here in Australia. What was it, in 2000? And Ice Queen is here. Hello, Angel. How are you? And I don't know whether we... Yeah, that's true. Yes, you never know what's going to go on, do you? They were worried about terrorist attacks here in Australia during the cricket season, especially the test matches. But nothing happened. Thank goodness. We've only had the one, no, there's been 2 terrorist attacks. And we've had new laws passed now that anyone who is committing a terrorist attack will be shot on sight. That's the new federal law. So the special forces have the law to shoot anyone involved in a terrorist act dead on sight, and I think that's fair and just. So, Angel, any way you can get a hold of? Are you on Skype, Angel? I'm on Skype. I've got a few friends on Skype. I don't mind adding more. And I would love to... Oh, well, I'd love to talk to you via Skype, one-on-one. Absolutely. You've got my email address. I've got yours. I'll send you my Skype contact. How's that? Because I sent you the book, so I've got your email address. I hope there's... See, I keep forgetting what I'm going to say, Angel. Yeah, sure, I'll do that for you. Yeah, I'll send you my Skype contact. And I'll add you as a Skype contact. Is there anything in particular you want to talk about? Or you just want to chew the fat? I'd love to talk to you. You know, I like talking to people on Skype. I do, because it's more personal. You know, it's face to face, or you can just type messages if you want to go face to face. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that as soon as I finish this broadcast and I finish fanning those who fan me. I promise. Scout's honour. My book or a book you want to write? Is there something wrong with my book? You don't like it? That's all right. Pi D. Thank you, Pi D. I will repay the compliment. A book. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you want to talk about a book, my book, or a book you want to write, or if you want some help to write a book, I'm more than happy to help you. I love helping people, especially with their grammar. Yeah, oh, I'd love to. Yeah, great. A book you want to write, fantastic. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to give you a hand on that, Angel. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Minnie Mittenland, Brittany. I gave her a hand with the grammar on an essay she did, and she was over the moon with it. She said, "Oh, wow, that's 1,000,000 times better than I could have done." But I said to her, "It's only practice." I'm an atheist. Don't believe in God. Yeah, I'm an atheist, and that's it. So that's my view. I don't have any views. Well, I got views about religious beliefs. Right. Is everything all right between Angel and who? Shadow Wolf? Is there something wrong? I don't even know how to do that, Angel. I don't know how to block anyone. Living good. Living good. Oh, I'm glad. Are you living good? I hope so. Thank you. Well, welcome to the broadcast. Yeah, I've got to finish very shortly too. I've been on here 1 hour and 7 minutes, and I really enjoy doing these broadcasts. I've got work to do. I know you're going to feel sorry for me. It's a very hot day outside in the sun. The sun beating down, but I've got to get out there, and I've got to weld. Yeah. I've got to weld some pieces together. Me? I'm not trying to get you blocked. Nonna Chef is here. Hello, Nonna Chef. Welcome. I'm not trying to block you. You ask me questions, I'm answering. I don't see any. I've got nothing against you, Shadow Wolf. Nothing at all. I'm not trying to block you. I don't know how to block people anyhow. You know, I'll let this go on between Ice Queen and Shadow Wolf. Obviously there's a little bit of a discontent here. Yeah, so anyhow, yes, Nonna Chef, and I've got work to do. Oh, okay. Well, I got no problem with you, Shadow Wolf. Whatever's going on between you and Ice Queen is between you and Ice Queen. Not me. Well, maybe it's time I keep getting these little windows pop up, you know, somebody's broadcasting live, such and such. You're at the university waiting for the teacher. I understand, I don't like rude either, but it's 7 a.m. Where are you from, Nonna Chef? Are you from Japan? No, I might be thinking of someone else. Oh, yeah, that's right, Abu Dhabi. Sorry, Nonna Chef. 7 a.m. It's 1:57 p.m. here Wednesday afternoon in Oz, on the East Coast. It would be 3 hours earlier on the West Coast. And Abu Dhabi, 7 a.m. So that's what, nearly 14 hours difference. No, 7 hours time difference. You're talking Wednesday morning, aren't you, Nonna Chef? 7 a.m. Wednesday morning. Well, look, I can't wait for my my friend Adam to come back wherever he's gone. He wanders off all the time, and but I'll have to say uru to everyone, because I've got to go and have lunch and I've got work to do. I don't want to do it. I would sooner sit here and talk to you lovely people. And Joseph B is here. Hello, Joseph B, and welcome. But I've got things to do. And I better do it today, because tomorrow's going to be very hot, and the day after, and the day after, and I will not have any energy whatsoever. I wish you luck. Good luck with it. I'd need more than luck. Yeah, hey Joseph. How are you? Yes, I would need more than luck to do an Arabic exam. Even if it was multiple choice, I'd fail. No, good luck with it. I hope you do well. I'm sure you'll knock it on the head. I bet you're feeling a bit nervous, but I always was. Whenever I had to do exams, I was as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. You have the flu? Well, that's no good. Ah, that's no good at all. Yeah, it can knock you around, can't it? It's writing paragraphs. Well, better you than me, Nonna Chef. Better you than me. But I'm sure you're prepared for it. I'm sure you'll do well. Remain positive. Just try to relax. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and easy. Relax. I'm sure you'll do fine. Let me know how you go. I've been waiting to hear from Minnie Mittenland how she went with her essay. But she's a teenager, what do you expect? She's a 14-year-old teenager, got other things to do, busy with her softball and things like this. And I showed you what someone else is missing. I haven't seen behind the scenes. Holly usually pops in on my broadcast, and she's very conspicuous by her absence. I'm not sure if Holly's very well. I just have a feeling she's not well. I hate to think she's ill. The life of a young person she is. I've got all the time in the world for Holly. Well, I'm going to I'm sure you'll try your best. I will watch your well, there are some of them there that I wish I hadn't uploaded, you know, but after 340 uploads, going back a long time, because I've had my YouTube channel, Joseph, now for nearly 3 years, and I only started editing about 12 months or so ago. I didn't know how to edit. So my videos have come ahead in leaps and bounds, the way I present them anyhow. So when you go back, you start going back down, you're going to find them a bit ordinary. But, you know, go for it. And if you've got a YouTube channel, and you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you. It's the same here when someone fans me. I fan them in return. I think it's only fair and just. Well, I see Holly popped up here behind the scenes, and she must be watching Burger Planet. So she's alive and kicking anyhow. So that's good to know. She looks like a very attractive young lady. I've never seen her in person. I've only talked to her. I know that she's very pleasant with her comments, and she's a very friendly lady, young lady, but I've never actually seen her live. I don't know if she does broadcast or not. But anyhow, I've got to go. I've got to go and have some lunch, and then I've got some work to do. Wish me luck. As with Nonna Chef, best of luck with your exam, Nonna Chef. Remain positive. I think you will do well. And if all else fails, well, you can always sit for the exam again, I'll imagine. Yeah, thank you. Same to you, Nonna Chef. Good luck with your exam. And I mean, I'm sure you can, I'm sure you can do another examination if you fail. I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. There's a special name for it. I don't know. But I'm sure you'll do well. I'm rambling on here. Nonna Chef, you'll do okay. Maybe you just need a bit of caffeine. Yeah. It works for me, a little bit of caffeine. That's why I always like to sip my tea. And the antioxidants. There's a lot of antioxidants in tea, which are anti-cancer things. They help prevent cancer, or so they say. Oh, nothing more. All right, folks, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. And Angel, I will send you my Skype contact, and I will fan those who fan me, and I'm going to say so long, farewell, adios, muchachos, goodbye. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, folks. Have a great one. Bye. Bye, Nonna Chef. Once again, good luck. Go get 'em. Remain positive. See you, folks. Bye.